Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We'll jump straight in. Brands Hatch GP, D-Class Rivals, Mazda Mx5, top of the leaderboard, the tune's shared, the build's coming up. What more could you want? Let's get into it. So, you want to be getting your 1990 Mazda Mx5. The Miata looks pretty cool. Don't think you can have it in any other colour than red, to be honest. My pal at work used to have one of these with a big exhaust on. They're pretty cool. First thing you want to do, get your centrifugal supercharger. It's like the OP engine part for any car if you can get a centrifugal supercharger and get it in. Race front bumper, race rear wing. Although, you know, this car's light and it's got a lot of handling, what you're going to see is we're going to strip the aero off. Even though we've got the wings, and it just seems to add a lot of time. Race tyre width, full front width, full rear width. There's definitely a build which has less tyre width and more power, but it's not what we've gone with for Brands Hatch. It's such a mix of a circuit. The difference between like the Indy section and the back sort of GP section is pretty different as we go with some pretty funky wheels actually. Put the rim size up as well, adds a bit of weight. You know, tyres are a lot heavier, or the rims are a lot heavier rather as well. No clutch or a race transmission. Being in the right gear and tuning the right gear for these cars is so key. When they don't have a lot of power, you need to be in the power band the whole time. What I mean by that is you need to be near max power and max torque more often than not. In more powerful cars where you've got longer gears and you're struggling to get out of the corners, then potentially there's the need to not be in the power band the whole time, especially if you struggle with traction. But in something like this where it's pure handling around a quick circuit, it's you need to be ready to be in that power band the whole time. There's definitely a roll cage build in this, but I think for Brands it just adds too much weight as we go with race weight reduction. There aren't too many engine parts. Got street intake here, and you should see the power go up to 152 brake. There aren't going to be any cams. There's no valves. There's no engine block. There's no pistons. But what we are going to do is put the race centrifugal supercharger again along the lines of sort of putting it in there in the first place. If you can get that in, then you're on the road to getting a good build for the car. And then it's all about fine tuning. Can we knock a couple of pounds off here and there? So we go to the tune. 27.5, 28 on the tyres. Pretty standard for me. Yeah, all the way over to the right hand side for acceleration up. Don't actually know if that makes a difference. It's got speed on one side, excel on the other, but hey, if someone wants to test that out, let me know in the comments, then be my guest. 35 and 40 the roll bars, 500 and 530 and roughly 400 on the springs. Bump stiffness pretty low, rebound stiffness pretty high. You'll see why. Like I said, no aero, even though we've got the front and rear wing on there. Bias towards the rear. Put your sort of braking pressure at what you prefer, and then the diffs are 105. So let's dive in, shall we? I've actually driven around this circuit in real life. I live about an hour away from Brands Hatch, so it's pretty close to me. And I've beached it in the gravel trap on the first corner. In a little Formula Ford thing, so yeah, memories for me going around here, and I think I'm scarred from that first corner every time I go around it. But here we join, 15 minutes into the session. We're on the Brabham Straight coming up to the first corner, which is Paddock Hill Bend. Super famous corner, coming quite wide. See, you can actually ramp up over those in that inside curb in these lower classes. I wouldn't advise it if you're going a bit quicker. Leave it in third for druids and see how early you can get the power down there. I was on full power very early there, and you just have to trust that the car is gonna grip, and that's when you've got a well set up car, is when you can floor it full lock and it still grips and doesn't break traction. An awkward corner this one, and Surtees, and it's really difficult to not get on that curb on the inside. You can kind of get away with it in these slower cars, especially with the aero and stuff we've got, but if you're in something, say like a touring car or a V8 supercar or something, you want to be avoiding that curb, that inside curb at all costs. Super quick corner here, Hawthorns. Knock it down a gear, back on the power, little dab on the brakes here, which I probably didn't need, but straight away, because we've got that diff so high, at 100%, you need to be straight back on the power, and that's similar for this corner as well. Leave it in fifth. Leave it in fifth all the way through this section. It's all about momentum, okay? Down to sort of 86, 87, again, straight back on the power, get the back end of the car round. Make sure it's vital you get on the curb on the inside. It just pulls the car round on that corner. It's on Stirling's Bend. Into clearways, the Clark curve, the last corner, really difficult. I know what everyone does, I do it too. You either get grass on the inside like that and get a little bit of a slide on, which we did, or you try and avoid it, cut in and end up taking too much power and running wide, and then you are absolutely screwed going down the home straight. So that was a 39.46. I'll show you another lap just as we're here. Similar sort of line where I take the curb into the first corner. Into Druids, again, leave it in third. Look how early I come on the power here. So I'm on the power now and I'm flat all the way here. You think the back end of the car's going to step out of it, it just doesn't. Okay, as wide as possible here. Probably a little bit too wide as I missed the apex a little bit. Really wide on the exit. I had to come off and back on the power 3 times, so definitely some time there that I lost. This is awkward. I tend to shift down after I've done the first sort of the millisecond of braking. If you shift down and start braking at the same time, it's just going to make the back end of the car squirm, especially as we've got such a low decel diff. I think it's 5%, so really difficult to get that right, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy. Again, back on the power, see how much speed you can maintain there, sort of 94, 95 miles an hour. You can see we're 12 thousandths down on the lap before, which is nothing really. That's just a slightly better line. Even with us going wide on the into Grain Mill Bend, I think it was. Second last corner, again vital to get on the inside of the curb. Really nice line this time. Run it a little bit wide. You can actually stay on that curb a bit longer, but you see we've lost another 12 thousandths. Seems to be a bit of a theme. Into the last corner. Again, try not to be too greedy. That was probably a better line than last lap, but I didn't carry quite as much speed as I could have. But stay low along the bottom side of the track here to get a run across the line, and we end up not being on time, but by 14 thousandths, which is minimal. I reckon there's probably a few more tenths in that lap. So sort of run wide in the first corner, but pretty good demonstration of what it's like to drive around brands in a D-class car. So have another look at the sort of leaderboard. So go and have a try. See how you get on. Let me know what time you get. Just go and beat me. I know most of you can. So just go and do it. See if we can break the next second barrier, something like that. It'd be wonderful to get some sort of time trials and sort of hot laps going on these sort of videos as well, to see how you guys get on. In the meantime then, guys, if you like this sort of thing, then definitely give the videos a thumbs up. I've been getting some really good responses and comments and engagement recently, and that's really motivational for me to carry on and to keep going. So share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, click that little sort of bell icon, and that means you'll get a notification every time I post sort of one of these videos. So if you're looking for something to do on Forza, then check out some of the other ones. Subscribe and we'll go from there. Till next time, guys. See you later.